Hi and welcome to this special webinar. Many salon and spa owners tell me they feel swamped with the sheer amount of work and time required to find content, articles, pictures, videos and more to fill the ever-expanding media needed to successfully market their businesses. There is, of course, print media, but perhaps more importantly for many, there's now so much online media, it's become almost a full-time job just to keep feeding it so your clients and prospects are kept interested in what you're doing. But it doesn't have to be that much of a chore. With me today is Susan Vincent, former spa owner and now an ace copywriter and marketer for the salon and spa industry. Thanks very much for joining us, Susan.
Well, thank you for having me, Greg.
And it's now middle evening on Sunday night in Staunton, Virginia, where you're coming to us from.
You got it. It's about 8 p.m.
Can you tell us a bit about your story? You had your own spa for many years, and it became very successful.
Yeah.
What happened there?
What happened to it, or what was my story about the spa?
Yeah. What was your story about the spa?
Well, I owned the spa for 10 years, and I did everything. I ran the business, I worked in the business, and I also did all of the marketing. And it was it was a lot. So I understand quite a bit when salon and spa owners talk about they just don't have time to do this kind of work. In fact, it was so stressful trying to do all of that, I ended up getting sick a lot. You know, it ran down my immune system. I just got, it was just too much. So when I sold the spa, I started seeing that a lot of folks didn't have really good content for their newsletters, and that's when I got the idea for the beauty bank.
What sort of content is required? What does salon and spa owners need to do in this day and age to get content into various media like print and online and social media, etc.?
Well, you know, it's almost now it's even more than when I had the spa, my spa. It's almost like a full-time job. You need to have a presence on Facebook, you need to be blogging, you need to have a newsletter, you need to do Pinterest. There's just a wide variety that salon and spa owners really need to have a finger in all those pies, plus running their business.
When you see a lot of stuff produced by salon and spa owners because they send it to you. Yeah. What do you see as some of the big mistakes when salon owners are putting material out to the market in various media like Facebook and newsletters, etc.?
I see two big problems with the newsletters that I get. I get newsletters from all over the world because I subscribe to them, and then people consult with me about their newsletters. And there's two big problems with the newsletters that I see. One, huge, people don't tell their story. And that was the thing about the newsletter that I had, is I had stories in the newsletter, plus I had makeup tips. I had all kinds of cool things that women could use, but it was the stories that got people to come into the salon, the spa. They would come in and ask me about whatever my husband was cooking. What's Robert cooked for you this week? Because he's the cook and I'm not. It got people really engaged with the spa. So that's one big problem, is that people are very afraid to tell their story. The second one is that people will send out just offers and nothing else and call it a newsletter, and that's not a newsletter, it's a sales flyer. So, and it doesn't work to just send out your offers. And let me give you an example of that, a real life example. A few years ago, I worked with a spa, and it was a medical spa, and the company just kept sending out offer after offer after offer to their clients, and finally their list rebelled, and they said, if you don't stop sending us all of these offers, we're going to unsubscribe. So they had to do a quick 180 to be able to get their marketing back on track. But it's the relationship in that newsletter that extends beyond the walls of your business is what gets people coming back. And those are the two things that I see that beauty owners don't do with their newsletters.
So how personal can these stories be?
Well, you know, you don't have to tell your life story, but if you have, you know, people knew that I didn't cook. I don't like to cook, and my husband loves it. And we have our differences in the kitchen, and sometimes I would talk about those differences. You know, my husband has this weird thing where he always takes the little sink drainer thing out and leaves it bare, and I like to put it in, and so I wrote a little article about that. People loved it. But you don't even have to go that far. Even if you have pictures of your kids, your family, you know, if you have a passion, if you like to ski, if you like, you know, to do pottery, I don't care what it is, something that's personal about you that people can see was more than just a business, that you are a whole person. And that's really what makes people come to your business. Now, when you're writing articles to sell your product, that's where I come in, because I take more than just the features of that product or that service. I expand it and make it more engaging to the client, so that I say it in words that women appreciate and can understand and can relate to. So it becomes a very conversational and chatty kind of selling, so that you have the part where you're giving your story and communicating and engaging with people that way, and then you're also continuing that in the sales process with your articles. It's really lovely. It works so well.
So really, it's kind of like transferring what women do face to face, sitting around in a group having a conversation, which women are very good at, into a form that can be used in many different media.
Yes, yes, because that's what women relate to. We love relationship. You know, we love that whole feeling of communicating with others and feeling included. And when you use a little more informal writing that's conversational, you feel more included. And it can be chatty, humorous, so that women feel really like they're a part of something that's bigger than themselves.
You have to excuse that beeping noise. There's a truck backing up just outside my office, so apologies for that.
No worries.
So can we talk about the issue of writing one thing and using it in many different ways, or posting a picture and using it in many different ways?
Yeah. You know, the cool thing about the articles I write, you can take out parts of the paragraphs and post them on Facebook. You don't have to do that, but the articles you can take the article and use it in its entirety in the newsletter. You can use it on your blog. You know, if you wanted to use it as part for a script, even for your video, you could do that. The Beauty Bank also has Facebook posts. So if you don't want to go to the trouble of digging through your article, the posts are already there. Just copy and paste. But you can use the content. I mean, it really, the sky's the limit. I know some people also use the content as for handouts. To give their clients on a certain, if it's maybe it's a cheat sheet on microdermabrasion or those kinds of things. So there's just tons of different ways to use the articles. I mean, there's more information in the bank than you'll probably ever use in a lifetime, but it's there for you to use however you want.
We'll get to the bank in a moment, but one question about actually producing this material. I guess you'd understand from working in the industry for such a long time that it did take an enormous amount of time if you had to create it yourself.
Yes.
When you did it yourself for your spa, America was in the depths of a recession. Yep. What happened to your business, and to the businesses around you?
There were a lot of businesses around us that closed, and we were a very small spa. But my business grew 35% in 2008, which was the height of the U.S. recession. And I did mine with a print newsletter. I just prefer print. And I also had an email newsletter. So we had both. But using that newsletter is what grew my business. And I didn't spend a whole lot of money on bigger forms of advertising. I used it to hone in on my existing clients. Personally, I think it's a big mistake to spend tons of money trying to get new clients in when the money is in your list. You always want to get new clients, so don't get me wrong, you do. But put your money where you don't have to work so hard to see a return on your investment. And your clients, they're the ones who got us through the recession and then some, and not the new people that came in. So I recommend really targeting your list for that.
How many times, in your experience, is it appropriate to, in one way or another, touch your clients with content? It might be an email or a blog post or a text message or a print newsletter. How many times per week or month do you think it's appropriate?
People are really afraid to touch their clients. I mean, I get that all the time from beauty owners. But it's really, you can be in touch with your clients as much as 3 or 4 times a week if you wanted to. But there is a trick to it, Greg. You don't want to just constantly be sending a sales message. You could send a top-of-mind, just what I call a fortune cookie, which would be a top-of-mind awareness, some kind of little quote or something that people can have to start their day. Send it once a week. You just want a mix of having good content that people can use mixed in with sales messages. So you can be, as long as you're bringing value to the relationship, you can be in touch with your clients 3 or 4 times a week.
In various ways.
In various ways, yes, sir.
One of the things that we're teaching a lot of our members is the use of video, because everybody's got one of these things these days, and they shoot video, and then putting that video onto YouTube, putting it into their website, and then directing people to that video, a little video newsletter, if you like.
Yeah.
Via an email link, via a text message link, because people can actually watch the video on their mobile phones.
Perfect.
And really, just another form of content being delivered to clients and prospects.
Right.
What's the range of articles that you have in the beauty bank?
Oh, wow.
What's the range of content that you have?
I have everything from lifestyle, stress and how it affects your skin and your hair, to hair color, hair straightening, Reiki. I've got articles on Reiki. I've got articles on body wraps. I've got makeup. I mean, I have over 500 articles in the bank. And here's the deal. If I don't have something in there that you want, if you'll get in touch with me and tell me what you want, then I'll write those articles. As long as I can post them in the bank, I'm happy to write those articles, because it helps you and it helps the bank. It helps everybody else too. So it's a very flexible system.
How long does it take you to write an article? How long are these articles, and how long does it take you to write them?
Well, that's a good question, because for the beauty side, I just wrote some articles on far infrared body wraps, and these articles take me, it can take me a week to be able to do the research and to write 5 or 6 really good articles that I'm happy with, and then I'll send them to the client to see if they like them. But it's a lot of time because you've got to find the right voice, and you've got to be able to blend that in with the selling information that you want to have in your article. So it takes time to really get it done right.
And do you think that that's the reason almost 99% of salon owners never bother?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I mean, actually writing it, I'm better at writing than I was better at owning a spa. So I understand in reverse how overwhelming that can be for salon and spa owners, because it's not what you love to do in number one. And then if you don't love to do it, it's hard to do it. And then finding the time, I mean, you can spend hours and hours trying to find articles at work.
We've got a number of people watching this webinar. Folks, if you've got a question of Susan or me, please feel free to type your question into the chat window there. What else is in the Beauty Bank, Susan, that people can simply download and use at their leisure?
I have hair and beauty quotes that you can use. I have something called fortune cookies, which I alluded to earlier. They're just really cute or inspirational sayings, and I created those with the idea that you wanted to stay in touch with your clients without selling to them, just as a way of kind of giving your clients a hug. So I have fortune cookies, and I have something called the Power Selling Library, and that is a library of all different kinds of adjectives, of words that people can use in their different promos. I hear wonderful, amazing, until I think, you know, I can't stand it. So there are some other ways to let people know how valuable your offer is without using wonderful and amazing. So these are all great words that you can plug in, or you can just use it as a brain dump to be able to come up with other ways of saying how your promo works. So I've got Facebook posts, articles, fortune cookies. I have video links these are from YouTube, and these are videos that I found on how to do different hairstyles or skincare, how to take care of your skin. So I have those as well. So I've got a lot in the bank.
So how many articles in total?
I have over 500 articles right now, and that grows every month. I don't just put articles on the bank and it's static. This is a site that grows every month. I add new articles to the Beauty Bank every month, and then every other month I add Facebook status posts, beauty quotes, and other things as well. So it's important that it's a vital site, and that it keeps growing and meets the needs of my members. That's important to me.
And how do people access the Beauty Bank?
Well, you know, when they join up, then I'll send them a username and password, and then they just log in to the site, and they can change the username and password if they want. But then they just log in, and there it is. And you know, it'll have the different categories where you can go to access the information you're looking for. Very easy.
So, if a salon owner is sitting down trying to think of something to put on Facebook, or trying to find something relevant for a newsletter, even, you know, an email newsletter or a print newsletter, 10 o'clock at night, log in, choose an article, download it, and it's already done. And
you're done, yeah. 24/7. The bank is open 24/7.
And then you can use that same article across many different platforms, like.
Oh my gosh. You can slice and dice that guy. You know, just slice it up and use different portions of it. As a did you know? You know, did you know? And just pull out a portion of the article that you like, and then plug that into your newsletter, or send it out as a text. I mean, you can use it in so many different ways. Yes.
So let's talk about what the Beauty Bank deal is. You've got a special offer today.
Mm-hmm. I have 4 Pinterest graphics that I'm including with this offer that I've designed, and these are all to help build relationships with your clients. They're really they're wonderful. One's on makeup, one is on hair, and then I've got a couple that are inspirational. So, and all you have to do, once you join up and I get confirmation, then I'll send you the links for where the graphics are, and you can use them on Pinterest. You can also use them in your newsletter, or you could just send them out as individually if you wanted to, as a way of imparting information in a fun way to your clients.
So the Beauty Bank, to access the Beauty Bank, is $97 a month.
Right.
Why is that such good value?
Well, if you think about what kind of value do you put on your time? Even if you only valued your time, which would be very skimpy, if you only valued it at $30 or $40 an hour, you consider how long it takes to write articles that really embrace your client as well as selling. You're looking at hours and hours of time that you would probably rather be spending with your spouse, your significant other, your kids, or something else. So at $97 a month, that comes out to $22.38 a week, or $3.19 a day for all of the information you could ever want. Plus, you have access to me to be able to get articles if they aren't posted that I can write for you and put them on the bank. So for $97 a month, and how many hours is it going to take you to write one article that you're not happy with and isn't up to snuff? So, it's a no-brainer if you're really serious about growing your business without driving yourself crazy or making yourself sick like I did. So,
and there's no contract with this?
There's no contact. No contract.
Okay, so people can try it for an hour and a month, for example, and if they don't want to stay with it, they can just leave.
Yeah, just email us, and we'll take you off. It's not a problem.
We just had a question: what's the fee to access the Beauty Bank? Well, I think we've answered that.
$97 a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else do you plan to add to the Beauty Bank over time?
That will grow as the market changes and the needs of my clients change, but I'm thinking of adding some more Pinterest graphics that people can access and use, because that seems to be a really thriving community, a place for people to really market their wares. So I want to add that, and I'm always open. I'm happy to add whatever people feel like. When people tell me they need something, I usually am on it pretty quick.
You've mentioned print newsletters, email newsletters, Facebook, Pinterest. What other media platforms do you think that salon owners need to pay attention to? For example, Instagram?
Yeah, I suppose so. That is actually not an area that I have delved into much, but yeah, that would probably be another good area for beauty owners to access. I agree.
Okay. All right. So the offer is that you're giving away 4 bonus images that people can use. They were created.
Value, Greg. It's a $400 value for they're $100 each, so it's a $400 value, and they're yours to keep whether you stay with the Beauty Bank or not.
Great. And when people join the Beauty Bank, there's a money back guarantee?
Yeah. Either if after the first month, if you're not happy with the quality of the work that's in the bank, I'll refund your money. If you say, it's not for me, that's fine. Then I'll refund your money. If it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. But I don't want you to feel like you have to stay. I want it to be a good value for my clients.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Susan. Been fantastic talking with you. Thanks, folks, for attending. If you need any any more help with this, there's a link you should be able to see to salon and spa marketing articles, and we're always contactable at Worldwide Salon Marketing, and we'll redirect your query to Susan.
You know what, before you go, there is one quick question, and that somebody had brought up, and it's a really good one. They want to know if there is an example content available that they could take a look at my work. And there is, but you have to access that, you'll need to go to beautymarketingcoach.com, and you'll see it right there. And it's
beautymarketingcoach.com.
Yeah. If you'll go there, you can download the sneak peek pack, and it's got tons of different articles, Facebook books, and posts, and so on. So I just wanted to get that in there before we close.
Sure, and of course you can be found on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. Come see me.
Susan Vincent in Staunton, Virginia.
Yes. Thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you very much, Susan. Thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.